Hi everyone, welcome back to my series, A Day in the Life of a Micro Baker. I've only ever showed you Bake Day. Today is Make Day. It's where we mix. I started with autolyzing my country dough with just flour and water. You wait to let the gluten develop and then you add in the levain or levain or starter or whatever you want to call it. I fresh mill all my whole grains and sometimes I run out, which is a good thing because you really don't want those oils to sit for a long time. Fresh milled whole grains don't last quite as long. Here I am getting that country dough out of my mixer. Everything, my hands, the mixer, and the tub has either been doused in water or oil. Now I'm getting it together, and this is my Mischbrot dough. It's 20% white flour, and the rest is a mix of all different other whole flours. It's a little more nutritious. It's kind of dense and really hearty. I love this bread a lot. Now I'm milling my red hard wheat to add to my Brötchen, which is a recipe I've shared with you a few times. It has beautiful seeds in it, lots of whole grains as well, and then it's cut up into small bread rolls that are pretty traditional in Germany, Austria, and those European countries over there. This is that Mischbrot dough. I'm bringing it together after taking it out of the mixer. And now I'm mixing my Brötchen. I only have one mixer that's big enough to hold my doughs. And this right here is my favorite new thing. My dear friend gave me that. It's a proofer. It keeps all my dough at whatever temperature I want, which is amazing. Now I'm folding my focaccia dough. Right before there, you saw me mix my tangzong into what's going to be my whole wheat honey sandwich loaf. Here's the second fold. So basically the first day, it's a mad rush to get all my doughs mixed. Then I go through the cycle of folding that to start to strengthen up the dough and create the gluten. This is my sandwich bread that's going to come together. It's the one that I always mix last because it has a higher amount of starter in it. Now I'm going to go through and make my 100% rye. This one gets baked the day before my customers get it because it needs at least 8 hours to cool, and I personally think a whole day before it gets sliced, and nobody's going to wait a whole day to slice their fresh bread. So here I am mixing it up, and the cool thing about this recipe is that you use boiling water when you mix the final dough, like right there. So I always start by mixing it with a spatula because it's a little bit scary to think about mixing it by hand, and it sticks to everything. And here's what it looks like. I cover it with some more rye flour, and then I let it proof until there's these light, beautiful cracks on it, which I'll show you later. There's another stretch and fold. There's the Brötchen stretch and fold. And I think the Mischbrot stretch and fold. There it is. And then the really fun part, once I have all my doughs mixed, I got to get going on the dishes. And the thing that's kind of hard with my space is that it's only has cold water. All right, so here's the rye bread going in. That's the extra that's going to be for my family. I always get excited if I have a little extra dough left over. Adding the steam, and then we'll see what it looks like in just a second. There it is. It's really beautiful. I love this bread so much. It also has a mixture of coriander, fennel, and caraway in it. Now I'm going to get my Mischbrot and my country dough cut, weighed, and pre-shaped. And here's the rye bread coming out. I always pop tin loaves out of their pans as fast as I can so that they don't start to steam in there and get all wet and gross. This is my country dough. It's at 87% hydration, 60% white flour, and the rest is fresh milled by me. It's grown in Hillmar, California, which is about 3 hours east of San Francisco, which is where I live and where I sell my bread. And now I'm weighing it out. I always make it too big. I'm really bad, even after all this time, at eyeballing the right amount of dough. I had 6 Mischbrots this week and 9 country loaves. Again, a lot of you have commented on how this is really amazing, and I'm super proud of myself as well. But if you're talking about like a real production bakery, I am making barely anything. I'm shaping these into nice rounds so that I have a even surface to work with once I shape it. And then I left them for about half an hour before doing this final shape. I roll it in a mixture of rice flour and all-purpose flour. The rice flour keeps it from sticking, and the all-purpose flour is a little more fine so that it doesn't create too much of a crispy crust. I don't like it when it's only rice flour because I find that it has these little rice granules like everywhere, and I don't enjoy the flavor of that. And then finally, I'm done. Nothing like that. All my doughs are tucked in. Sleep well, little doughs. We'll see you in the morning.